What's up guys, I'm Uriel. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to add a gloss effect to your sliders and your carousels on Elementor. Now, this is what we're going to be creating here. Now, as you can tell, my two carousels that I have here, they both have this gloss effect. So this is my testimonial carousel and this is my reviews carousel. So we'll be able to add a gloss effect there. And then we'll be able to add a gloss effect to our Elementor slider. Now this is just our element slider widget. And that's pretty much what we're going to be creating here. So if you guys end up finding this video helpful, make sure to squash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Now I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead and begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is add my section here. I'm just going to make it one column. And I'm going to add this, I'm going to add a background to this. I'm going to go to my style, my background, and I'm just going to add a background just so then we can go ahead and see the gloss effect. So I'm going to go ahead and expand the height of this just about any size, just to show you guys how to do that. Okay, now for the most important part. So the first thing that we're going to do is let's go ahead and start with our testimonial carousel. So I'm going to just go ahead and type in testimonial. Here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and use this one here. Now, I'm going to make sure that this is set up to the slides per view. I'm going to do 3. And I'm going to leave it as is for now. We can go ahead and adjust the font color later on. So head over to your advanced tab and then go to custom CSS. Now, for those of you that don't have Elementor Pro, I'll go ahead and just show you guys how to do this towards the end of the video. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and add a CSS class here. This is a class that's going to go ahead and target our carousel, or at least our individual carousels here. So I'm going to go ahead and add this, and I'm going to add some curly brackets. Don't worry, I'll have this down in the description, probably a link to one of my blogs that will include this code here. And then from here, we're going to go into the Glossomorphism website. I'll have a link to this down in the description so you guys can go ahead and check this out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bring down the transparency on this one, and you can adjust the blur effect if you want, but I usually leave this about where it's at right now, and I bring down the transparency. Probably leave it about that. Pretty good. And you can also adjust the color in case you wanted to maybe do red or blue or anything like that, but I usually just like to do white. Now I'm gonna copy the CSS code here. I'm gonna go back into my editor, and I'm gonna paste it in between my my curly brackets here. Now, as you can tell, it already added the blur effect there, but it's not really that noticeable. I mean, you can see that it's blurry, but I kind of do want it a little bit. I do want the transparency to be a little bit higher. Maybe do about this. And then I'm going to go and paste it back in here. Do maybe a better one. Maybe bring this. That is a little bit too much. So, bring this down a bit. It's still a little bit too much. This hopefully should be good. Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good. I'm gonna leave it at that. And let me make sure I paste it in within these curly brackets. You always want to make sure that you have ending curly bracket here. And then I'm gonna remove this box shadow. I don't need that. But if you did want to leave a box shadow, you could adjust your box shadow, but maybe you can make your box shadow maybe black or something. But I kind of don't really want a box shadow anyway. I usually don't have a box shadow. And there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and just adjust my font. I'm going to go to style, go into content. I'm going to make my text font here white. And I'm going to also make it white as well. There we go. Now that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and click update. And then I'm going to go ahead and just view this. There we have it. So now this is looking great. So that's one of the options that you're able to do with your testimonial carousel. Now the next one that I want to show you guys is how to do it with your I think it's your social reviews or something, I believe. I forgot where I saw it. Yeah, it's going to be with your reviews. You can also do it in here too. So we can go ahead and have our slides per view have that at 3 or whatever, how many you want to go ahead and show on your website. So I usually like to have 3 showing. It's up to you. And then slides for scroll, I usually just slide 1. So now from here, we're going to go into advanced and then go to custom CSS. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my CSS class for this one. It's going to be this one here. I'll have a oops. This, I don't know why that pasted on here. You go back here, back to advanced. And like I said, I'll have this down in the description. So I'm going to add some curly brackets in here. And then I'm going to go into my my code here for my glass morphism, and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it right in between my my CSS, but I'm going to make sure that I remove this just in case this thing's glitching out for some odd reason. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring this down. So now that's working perfectly, but I want to go ahead and just remove the box shadow. I don't like that. And then I'm just going to adjust the text. I'm going to go to style, go to text, and just make all my text white here. And there we have it. And I can even go into navigation and make this white as well. Go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and see how that looks. All right, now that's looking pretty good. Now, of course, for those of you, you could also just remove the background and just have it dark. Like if you guys wanted to have something like that, I know that is pretty kind of cool. I know that some people do have that nowadays where it looks like this, but it's up to you how you want to go about doing that. But that is an option that you're able to do as well. But I like to have that that background. Okay, so now we're gonna do our last slide here. I'm just gonna type in my slider. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one here. Now I'm going to make this full width, my section full width, and I'm going to have no gap. Perfect. All right. And then I'm going to remove, let me click on my slide here. I'm only going to have 2 slides to show you an example. I'm going to add a background to this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a background here. Maybe I'll go ahead and choose. Any of these should work really, but that's fine, that'll work. All right, so now from here, I want to go ahead and add a box, at least a gloss box right here. So I'm going to go into advanced, go into custom CSS, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my CSS class that I need to use. This one's called wiper slide contents. Paste that in there. I'm going to add some curly brackets so I can insert my my CSS. And then I'm going to go into the gloss morphism website. I'm going to copy this, go in here. I'm going to paste it right in there. Oh, that's perfect. But for a few things that we need to change, I'm going to remove my box shadow. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some padding to this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type it within the CSS. I'm going to type in padding. And I want to do about maybe 20 pixels all around. Looks pretty good. How about we do 30 instead? I like that. This is pretty cool. But let's say you want to have this on the left side. Let me just go to show you guys how that looks. Let's say we want to go ahead and have this maybe on the left side. I'm going to go into style. And then I'm going to move this horizontal position to the left. Go. That's pretty good. What if we want it on the left side, but we want it more towards the right? So what we can do is go into advanced, go back to my custom CSS, and I'm going to add some margin to this. And I'll have this down in the description, this entire CSS code in case you want to use it. And then I'm going to do from the top and bottom, I'm going to do, actually, you know what? Instead of just doing this, we can just do margin left. So I'm going to type in margin left, and we can do about 60 pixels. So as you can tell, it's going to move that to the left side, or we can do 100. Or you can do 150, however you want to go about doing that. I'm going to just end it there. And there we have it. It just depends how you want to go about setting that up. But I kind of like it in the middle, so I'm just going to remove this. Oh, I'm going to leave the padding actually. And I'm going to move this back to the okay. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys did find it helpful. I'll have the CSS down in the description. You guys are probably gonna have to click a link, go to my blog, and then just copy it from there. And that's how you guys are able to access that CSS. So if you guys did find this video helpful, make sure to squash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of my videos. That's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.